Even before watching this episode, I could tell it was going to be better than the majority of modern Alice in Wonderland interpretations. Not that that's a huge accomplishment, but hey, at least Alicia showed restraint and didn't send Akira to some prison designed by Jigsaw or something stupid like that. With the series over halfway through, it was a good time as any to have a school festival episode. Akira and Yukari's high school went with a full Alice in Wonderland theme. Akira herself had a lot of work to do, but she still had enough time to greet her friends alongside her sister and her grandmother, who I swear to God is just the elder in drag. I mean, I don't judge or anything, but come on dude, you're not fooling anyone. Anyway, with her stalkers, classmates needing her help, Akira was forced to pass Miku and her granny off to her friends. Miku, being surprisingly mature for her age, doesn't object to this. I see somebody's trying to compete with Nanako for best little sister. While walking around, the group ends up being dressed up as a bunch of fairy tale characters, including Miku being dressed up as Alice herself. What, no cheap ass Joan of Arc cosplay lying around so that Miku could go around and deliver her lines like a robot?
Off with your head!
Jeez, you guys do not understand the original novel at all, do you? Anyway, it's here that we learn that Akira pretty much organized the whole festival and thus needed to oversee most of it. And while it's clear she's doing a good job and everything, a part of her did want to spend more time with Miku, a little detail a certain stalker villain took notice of. Afterwards, they end up running into Yukari who, what the hell? Okay, I'll admit, I'm both kind of terrified and yet strangely aroused at the same time. Anyway, as it was revealed earlier in the episode, the school has a custom that if a person presents homemade cookies to someone near and dear to them, then their true feelings would reach that other person. As such, Miku decided to make some for her sister with some help from the Precure. They baked up some basic sugar cookies and decorated them with... No, I still gotta use these in some recipes. But I still really want to hit something, damn it. Oh, that'll do. Anyway, caught up in all the excitement of making cookies for her sister, Miku ends up overexerting herself, causing her ambiguous disorder to act up. Akira finds her in her weakened state and realizes she's been neglecting her duties as a sister. Miku, however, again encourages Akira to get back to work, saying that she's just fine. Good gravy, this little sister is just an angel. It's at this time that Delisio decides it's the perfect time to strike. He traps Akira while blocking the rest of the Precure from entering. Okay, I know what the subs say, but all I can hear is Trump Monster. I'm willing to bet underneath that mask he's wearing a really obvious toupee. Meanwhile, Akira is put through probably one of the most excessive kangaroo courts ever. Seriously, I think even the actual Queen of Hearts would be saying he's speeding through due process a little bit too much. But yeah, as a penalty for neglecting her sister, Eliseo tried to force Akira to choose between rescuing Miku or every other civilian who came to the festival as he was slowly draining their Kyakkyaru. Akira thankfully makes the wisest and probably most badass choice and pretty much says, screw that noise, I'll save everyone. She mows down the Trump monsters, including actually stomping on the head of one of them. That's new. And eventually her determination transforms her orb, unlocking a sudden burst of power which she uses to fire a double stream of Kyakkyaru from her candy rod, and the little whisting she uses as a part of her transformation trinket. I'm gonna repeat that. She uses something the size of my 3DS stylus to fire a large amount of magical energy. That is so insane that I actually kind of love it. The surplus of Kyakkyaru from Akira overloads Eliseo's containers, destroying them in the process. With the free Kyakkyaru by her side, she destroys Eliseo's barrier, allowing her friends to finish the job. With that, the episode ends with Akira handing out cookies to everyone close to her, including her stalker club, before she herself receives some from Miku. While not exactly on host club levels of incorporating the original Lewis Carroll novel into the story, this episode still used the Alice aesthetic to create a fairly cute and enjoyable episode. The thing I liked most about this episode was definitely the Kenjo sisters. Akira originally became a Precure because she wanted to become strong enough to protect everyone, especially her little sister. And after seeing how unbelievably sweet Miku is, it's not hard to see why. It's just nice seeing a healthy sibling relationship in anime for once, as opposed to one or both siblings being total jerk-offs. That said, I think this episode is cute, but not great. I like the idea of testing Akira's dog-like loyalty towards everyone, or showing how Miku's kindness may actually be hurting Akira more than actually helping her in the long run. All of that, however, isn't really given much focus in the episode, thus the conflict feels kind of weak. Still, Akira's cool and Miku is adorable, so I'm at least left satisfied in the end. Production on the Hardcatch film review is going well, though I gotta take care of my grandfather this week, so I can't give a solid release date just yet. But I will try to get it out as soon as I can so that I can move on to my next big project. And until then though, farewell for now my friends, and all this talk about Burton has kind of got me wondering, what's his next film gonna be? I mean, I'm not really holding out any high expectations. In fact, I just hope he doesn't ruin something precious from my childhood, like, say, Dumbo. Pardon me, I just need to go to my happy place for a little bit.